everybody! What's going on, guys? It is Andrew here, and I wanted to make this video as a quick little Q&A, kind of like the last Q&A I did. So if you don't know, this is actually Q&A number 4. The first two Q&As were like a little bit of a slower paced, kind of explain my answer Q&As. The last Q&A was a quick fire Q&A, which you guys liked a lot. I liked a lot because I don't have to explain my answer. Just read the question, answer the question, move on. And that's what this is going to be as well, another quick fire Q&A. So let's hop into the first question. So Corman to you asks, what's your favorite game and why? SOCOM is my favorite game, and if you've ever played it, then it's kind of self-explainable. Vermilion asks, what made you start making videos? Well, to be honest with you, I saw a YouTuber who was extremely popular, and I looked at it and I thought, well, this guy's no better than me. He's not any more talented than me, and I could probably do this, and I could see it being a lot of fun, and surely I can do it, and it is a lot of fun. Now, I'm not super popular, but I don't really care. I just kind of wanted to, prove to myself that I could do it. Robert asks, why are you so awesome? I don't know, Robert. I don't know. Nick asks, how much time do you put into production? Well, Nick, I put a lot of time into production, actually. A lot of people think it's kind of you just record the video and then it magically appears on YouTube. Well, actually, there's a lot of post-production that goes into it. First, you actually have to set up the video. So, your lights, you got lights here. You see, you got lights. I got 2 lights. I got all the recording equipment set up. I got my camera, got my microphone. You get all that set up, and then you actually record the video. Once you're done recording the video, you actually have to edit the video. You got to cut out the before and after parts. You got to put in an intro and an outro. You got to render the video, upload it to YouTube, add a title, a description. You got to add tags. Then you got to promote it on Twitter, Facebook. There's a lot of work that actually goes into it, post-production and even pre-production. The video is actually maybe 5% of the work. The Shoelace asks, where do babies come from? Babies, my friend, come from vaginas. Braylon asks, what kind of camera do you use to record and what mic do you use? I use the Logitech C920. It's a webcam, but it records in 1080p HD. I use this Blue Yeti microphone, and I use this little light here as one of my light sources, and then I use a lamp as another light source, and I cannot get my light back on place. There we go. Robert, who asked why I was so awesome, comes back with a, what made you so awesome? Eating your greens, Robert. That's what makes you awesome and makes you healthy. Fierce Competitor, very scary name by the way, asks, what is your favorite animal? Well, my favorite animal, it depends if you're asking domesticated or non-domesticated. My favorite domesticated animal would be a dog. Non-domesticated, I'd say maybe like a monkey. Monkeys are pretty badass. If I could have a monkey, I'd be a pretty happy camper. Jimmy asked, do you think of YouTube as a job or just as a hobby to get away from everything else? And then he put in brackets, I don't think you're a money whore. Thank you for not thinking I'm a money whore. Mainly because I have a very tiny channel that makes like almost no money, so I can't be a money whore. Do I think of YouTube as a job? It depends. Sometimes I do think of YouTube as a job. Sometimes, for example, I just edited a video with my best of 2012 montage. That video took me about 10 hours to edit, find all the clips, edit the clips, and then most importantly, all the subtitles took, a bulk amount of time. I can't discuss how much I'm going to make on that video, but I'm going to say it's about 100 times less than minimum wage. So, sometimes the work is kind of hard labor. Not hard labor like construction hard labor, but I mean like it's demanding. It's mentally draining. You sit there and you're just like, I'd want to quit. But it's all for fun. And if you don't think of it as fun, especially when you're starting out on YouTube, you're not going to make it. So, no, I don't think of it as a job, but sometimes it can be pretty tough. Crank Gameplays asks, why did you start YouTube? What inspires you to make vids other than your own? What commentators do you like? Well, I already answered why did you start YouTube, so what inspires you to make videos? And I'm going to go ahead and say my fan base inspires me to make videos. Basically, short stories, this is supposed to be a quick fire Q&A. When people really like what you do, it's really hard to stop doing it. And then what other commentators do I like? I really like Tobuscus. I really like Cinnamon Toast Ken. I really like Markiplier Games. Yami Mash is pretty cool. My good friend Raid Wolf, he's pretty awesome as well. THG, The Honest Gamer, I've done videos with him. He's awesome as well. And there's just a lot of people that I watch. Cry, Uberhaxter Nova, James, he's amazing. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that make very, very good content. Ryan asks, what is your favorite band or song? Oh, that's a very hard one. I don't know. I listen to a lot of bands. I Can't say I have a favorite, but I'll go ahead and list off a couple. Nickelback. Here's another question from Fierce Competitor, and it's how often do you rage when you play? Very often, like a lot more. You guys see on camera how often I rage. There's a lot of stuff I cut out because I'm like, that is not family friendly. And there's a lot of stuff like when I'm not even recording, when I'm just playing video games on my own, that I'm just like, so I rage like a lot. Frank Gameplays asked another question, and it's besides YouTube, what other things do you like to do? Do you like the way that your channel is going? And what would you change, if anything? What other things do I like to do? I love playing soccer. I love hanging out with my girlfriend. Sports, video games that aren't YouTube related. You know, I do play a lot of video games that I don't put on my channel. Believe it or not, I play Call of Duty. Halo, FIFA is a big one. People look at me and they go, you're just some white guy from Canada. You don't like soccer. Joke's on you, because I'm actually Portuguese and I grew up loving soccer. I still love soccer. You know, I'd pick soccer over any sport other than mixed martial arts. If you guys have been around a while, you know that I'm a huge mixed martial arts enthusiast. But I do love soccer as well, and it's kind of hard to tell based on the, you know, exterior physical attributes of myself. I'm very white, as you can see. The lights don't help, but yes, I do love soccer. And do you like the way your channel's going? Of course I do. I love my channel. I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching. And what could you change, if anything? Actually, Crank Gameplay, since you mentioned it, very specifically you mentioned it, I would have a green screen like you do, but it doesn't look like I have a lot of room with this giant bed behind me. But I'm very much looking forward to getting a green screen. I will figure one out one day, and we'll see how that works out. What is your favorite TV series? I love Family Guy. Dexter's pretty good. Breaking Bad's awesome. Can't say it's my favorite. That would be very hipster of me, because I'm not even done Breaking Bad yet, but it's a really good show. I will say that. But I'm going to go ahead and say that Dexter's probably my favorite of any series. Do you like men? Jalen asks. Well, I am wearing a purple sweater, but no, I do not like men. I like men as friends, but not, I do not like men, if you know what I'm saying. Who is your weirdest celebrity crush? Seth MacFarlane. I don't know. I don't really have any celebrity crushes, and even ones that aren't weird. Celebrities, I don't know. Celebrities aren't very special to me, so I don't know. Wade asks, how many bananas can you eat? Well, it depends. Are you asking how many bananas can I eat at once, or how many bananas can I eat total? You know, they're two totally different questions, but I'm going to go ahead and say that I really actually don't know. Like, I couldn't even give you a ballpark. I've never tried stuffing a bunch of bananas or the equivalent to things banana-sized in my mouth at once. Aiden asks, if you could play only 3 games for the next 3 years, what would they be? One would definitely have to be Minecraft, and the reason is because Minecraft has so much replayability with all the custom maps and texture packs and blah blah blah. You really can't get bored of Minecraft, so that's definitely number 1. Number 2 is going to be Call of Duty, not because I really like Call of Duty, but because you know you can never go wrong with Call of Duty. You know there's always going to be people playing Call of Duty, and you know all your friends are always going to have Call of Duty, so you can't go wrong with Call of Duty. And then number 3 is going to have to be FIFA. I love FIFA, play it every day, and I couldn't give it up. Oh, damn, asks, what's your favorite food? I'm going to go ahead and do the typical answer. I'm going to say pizza. Chinese food's pretty good as well, though. Burton asks, can you touch your toes? Well, it depends, Burton. Do you mean just regularly? Because I can touch my toes right now. There we go, just touch my toes. Or do you mean from standing up and then bending over without bending your knees? Can you touch your toes? In that case, I'm going to say no. I used to be able to do that back when I was not fat, but I cannot any longer. The shoelace asks, that's very funny that my lisp just kicked in when I'm about to say this question, but it's, whose cruel idea was it for the word lisp to have an S in it? And I don't know whose cruel idea it was, but that person was a cruel, cruel person, because every time I have to tell someone that I have a lisp, it only enhances the fact that I have a lisp. It's like, yes, I have a lisp. A lisp. That's a very good question. I don't know who invented that word, but they were an asshole for sure. Dan asked, do you and AndrewOscarDelta ever want to get married? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love my girlfriend, and we've been together 4 years now, and if things keep going the way they go, I guess she's going to have a ring on her finger one day. What do you know? Maybe not. I don't know. She's going to watch this video, so for now I'm going to say no, because she bugs me about it all the time. But, you know, who knows, right? Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the Q&A here. Thank you very much for everybody who sent in their questions. Thank you to everybody who watched it, regardless if you sent in a question or not. Now you know that I do take questions via Twitter, but since this video is going to be going up recently and the last Q&A was a while ago, I didn't want to take questions from way back. I'm actually going to take questions from the comment section in this video. So if you want a comment or a question to be featured in the next Q&A, which will be soon because I want to do these a lot more often, make sure you leave it in the comment section below. Please don't ask questions like what's your favorite game, what's your favorite song, or anything that I've answered in the past 4 videos. Ask original questions. I'd appreciate it because I hate weeding out these ones that are like completely generic that I've answered already 500 times. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, a favorite, and a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe if you want to see more, and bye!